It's time to go Code Red, Super 8 Finals style, inside the East Coast Wrestling Association. Well, hello again, my wrestling friends. John Germain Esquire here with you on this Super 8 Finals edition of ECWA Code Red. Well, 8 became 4, 4 became 2. Now it's time for 2 to become 1. But who is the one that 2 becomes? Well, we're going to go through this episode and at the end find out together. Now, on one hand was John Schuyler, the Southern Savior. In the first round of the tournament, he had to beat former tag team partner Stephen the Fever Walters to advance. In the semifinals, he was paired off against KO Storm. The Maple Leaf Machine, not machine enough to overcome the Southern Savior. So John Schuyler found himself in the Super 8 tournament finals opposite the man we keep saying the dream deferred for 7 years. That man, M-Dog 20 Matt Cross. In round number 1, he survived Gran Akuma, the old line of this year's tournament. In the semifinals, he knocked off Ricky the Model Martinez, the furthest advancing member of the ECWA roster. Now we get to the final match to crown the 2014 Super 8 champion. 2 men will enter. Only one man will forever live in fame as a Super 8 tournament winner. Let's start this week's episode by getting both men to the ring and getting them ready for the match of their lives.
Introducing first, finalist number 1, hailing from Waco, Texas, weighing in tonight at 202 pounds, he is the Southern Savior, John Schuyler. And his opponent, finalist number 2, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in tonight at 191 pounds, this is M-20, Matt Cross.
You know, it's hard to really put into words what these next few minutes mean. For these men, for this company, for these fans, for this business. Because in a lot of ways, especially given the timing of this year's show, it's microcosm of the dream. You've got kids out here in this crowd tonight who have been coming to these shows. And in that ring, maybe they're not the biggest, the strongest, but they see guys like Matt Cross and John Schuyler, who are probably that at one point in their own lives, and they think, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. Hell, Chris Wilde is that kid, all grown up.
Definitely.
You take John Schuyler and Matt Cross. They have a dream. They want to be on the big stage that takes place tomorrow night. And they both feel that a win here, the ability to add Super 8 champion to their resume, gives them that much more of a chance at reaching their dream.
And so many have used that on their resume to go to the big show.
I mean, just being in this tournament is a mark of accomplishment. Because look, only one guy wins. But to be invited to this dance means that you are something special. You possess a talent, a skill, an ability that is markedly superior than your peers. Otherwise, you don't come here because you're not invited. So to make it to the finals against everybody's big fish means something. To then win this tournament, to get to call yourself a Super 8 champion for the rest of your life, it can be career defining. You know, we talked about John Schuyler, the fact that his former tag team partner, Stephen Walters, he's going down to Florida in 2 weeks, folks. Go to developmental, work on living the dream. Of course John Schuyler wants that same dream. If he wins tonight, you think that being a Super 8 winner won't up his chances to go to Florida? Of course they will. And in Matt Cross's case, maybe it comes too late. You know, he's on the other side of 30, but has had a great career in independent wrestling. It could certainly be a capstone achievement for what he's done. I said it in the Open tonight. Guys won over 20 championship belts, whether in singles or tag. That's no accident.
No, it's very impressive.
But the thing that you're going to be able to say, at least until the end of this match, potentially is, yeah, but you never won the Super 8.
It's like being in the Olympics and losing, being second place by 1/8 of a second.
It's always tense in these opening moments of these matches.
Both these guys still seem like they got fuel in the tank.
Well, you know, we said with Schuyler, he's done this before in WrestleForce in the Carolinas. This type of tournament is not a novelty or a new thing to him. What's new is the level of competition. Because, you know, this company, POD, has done work for WrestleForce. We've seen their talent. It's good. It ain't the ECWA, and it certainly isn't the field of the Super 8. Every guy you're going up against in this tournament is the main event somewhere else. That's the bottom line.
This is a stocked pond tonight. Like you said, I mean, everybody's big fish. You put it in one pond and see which fish ends up just eating the other ones.
You know, I'm hungry. Thanks for that. Though I don't want fish.
I don't think there's a John Silver's or whatever that is.
Do we even call Long John Silver's fish, or is it more like air quotes fish?
Yeah. I think you can get scrimp and lobster.
Oh, dear Lord. Quick cover and kick out. Folks, this tightly contested affair could go either way between John Skyler and Matt Cross for the right to call themselves a Super 8 champion. But we've got some business to conduct before we can get there. So we're going to take a quick time out, throw in a couple of commercials, and when we come back, we continue our look at the tournament final between these two competitors to find out which man could walk out hoisting the Super 8 trophy. Stick around. You're watching a very special episode of Code Red.
It's not acceptable to call me a nigger.
It's not acceptable to call me a spick.
To call me a chink.
To call me a fag.
It's not acceptable to call me a kike.
It's not acceptable to call me a retard or call yourself or your friends retarded when they do something foolish.
The R word is the same as every minority slur. Treat it that way and don't use it.
Spread the word to end the word.
Even one is too many. One family forced to flee is too many. One child growing up in a camp is too many. One refugee without hope is too many. Do one thing. Visit unhcr.org and learn how you can make a difference.
And welcome back. John Germain Esquire here with you on this special Super 8 Tournament Final Edition of ECWA Code Red. Well, folks, things are picking up between John Skyler and Matt Cross. So without further ado, let's go back to the action from this year's tournament final. Kick out at 2. Now a body scissor applied by Skyler. You know, maybe the only critique you can level against John Skyler in this match is that the offense hasn't really had a focal point.
Now he's all over the place, but you know what? He's slowing it down. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, definitely trying to make it a grinded out kind of affair. You know, we saw that in the first round from Gran Akuma. Ultimately didn't work, but clearly Skyler saw some validity in the approach and is plying it as his own here. Your main event of the evening, the final of the 2014 Super 8 tournament. John Germain Esquire ringside with the coach, Jim Shorts, as we watch John Skyler and Matt Cross battle to see who will claim that trophy and add their name to the other 17 on the storied list of tournament winners.
Has it been 17? Wow.
Nice drop kick from Skyler. And another kick out. And Cross now trying to get the crowd behind him. Trying to get any momentum back. It has been all John Skyler for the past few moments. Interesting stance here now from Skyler in a southpaw boxing stance.
Definitely a fighter, a brawler. He just likes to pull the guy up, look at him, level him. And another snap suplex. Wow.
Nice leg drop from the Southern Savior. And another. Nothing but hate and malice being slammed across the trachea of M-Dog 20, Matt Cross. But he misses on the third attempt.
3 times a lady, not this time.
Cover. 2.
You can see Matt Cross just gearing up for that speed. Look at him, he's trying to move things quicker.
We talked about that momentum offense, and that's what Cross is trying to get, momentum. But Skyler just heading him off, burying his shoulder into the midsection.
And there's more of that saliva we talked about.
Nice back suplex. It has been all John Skyler through the middle innings here.
And he is just like taking the air.
Out of the room, you're right.
Out of the room.
Just gets quiet.
I mean, if he gets the win, quiet or not, he's got the win. But these fans, they're used to, I guess, breakneck speed.
Well, look, Cross set the tempo in his first two matches. This match, he's having a hard time getting it out of neutral. But he reverses out, lands on his feet. This might be a window. Catches Skyler coming in. Frames him up. Flips out and out of the way. And finally, Matt Cross starting to connect. There's the handspring elbow. And that big crossbody. Cover, 2.
And 3/8. Both men down. Keener's on 4.
Keener breaks the count before reaching 7.
Little do-si-do.
And Cross, a nice neck breaker. That might do it too. And a kick out by John Skyler.
Wow.
Impressive offense.
A couple more moves like that and we can call it a night.
You have to believe both these men are going to dig real deep.
Cross up to the top again.
Taking some time, though. He's certainly worn down from the offensive Skyler.
Call in the Newark International. Well, it's not really international. Call in the Newark National Airport.
And Skyler back to his feet with a big right hand. Now, what in the world is John Skyler going to do here? We've seen this a couple of times, that front roll. He hit it from the middle rope. Oh, my! That might be enough. Can he get the cover? Hook the leg. 1, 2, 3, no!
Wow.
Close, but no cigar.
Not seeing much defense from Matt Cross as the past few moments of this match. He is just being picked apart.
Well, he got the momentum, but the problem when you're a high flyer like that, you've got to take the time to go to the top, and when you're tired, it takes longer, and it just gives your opponent every opportunity to capitalize.
Seen this before.
But Cross doesn't go down. Tried to counter with a kick. Super kick!
It's like a night of super kicks and aerial high fly.
But Cross! Wow. A response of his own. And now he's going to go up top. It won't be. He's kind of close for the moonsault or the shooting star. Might it be 450? We'll see. Gets the shooting star, hooks the leg, 2, no!
Kick out!
And the face of Matt Cross says it all. He cannot believe we continue. That shooting star has put away his first 2 opponents. He's asking us at ringside, was it?
He wants an instant replay. I want to see an instant replay.
Now he's got to find an answer. He's got to find something else, because what's worked twice tonight has not worked a third time. Springboard, double stop, standing moonsault. 1, 2, no!
Oh my God!
John Skyler will not go quietly into this April night. We play on.
I really wish we had the technology for replays.
Well, we'll certainly add them in on the DVD, but my goodness, my gracious. What's it gonna take? I mean, all of these big matches, you always see guys go deep, but my God. This is the third match of the night for both these men.
Ooh.
Skyler drapes him over the top rope. Let's cross Enziguri. And there's that spear through the rope. Rolls him through. Saving grace.
Oh.
That might be all. Hooks the foreleg. 2, 3, no!
Oh.
What?
Keener tells him too. He doesn't believe him. I don't believe it.
The moment when you realize that your best isn't good enough and you have to find better must be the most harrowing of human experiences. And both Matt Cross and John Skyler endure it in a matter of seconds. And we battle on. One of these men will find the answer. They will find the key that unlocks his opponent and finally ends this all.
On to Act 3.
Skyler just trying to stomp out Matt Cross. And now Skyler. Something we haven't seen from him tonight. He's going up top. Wait, Cross to his feet. Heads off Skyler. Now Cross. What in God's name might we see from here? Wait, Skyler's got him. Can go for that front roll again. Cross fighting back. Enziguri from Cross. And another. Finally Skyler down. Could be another shooting star. Yes!
Oh, he got him.
1, 2. Oh my God!
Fans are coming out of their seats. This place is coming unglued. This is unreal.
What's Cross gonna do now? What does he have left to do? Oh my goodness! You know, in dog years, it's 49. And in wrestling, it's a lot like dog years. You age, not just on a calendar year basis, but 2, 3, 4 years at a time. 1 year can feel jam-packed. So to wait 7 years to come to Delaware, 7 years after when you thought you would, and finally claim what you thought would be your ticket, your launching pad to stardom, like M-Dog 20 Matt Cross did in winning the Super 8 tournament, has to feel surreal in a lot of ways. And he certainly showed that in the ring with the traditional post-match speech that all Super 8 winners give. Now, I know we didn't show it to you. To see it, you must buy the POD DVD release of the 2014 Super 8 tournament, which we will have for you on June 7th in Newark, Delaware. But we did catch up with Matt Cross a little while after things had calmed down, after things had cooled off, to still get his thoughts on what the night meant, on what this tournament win meant for him and his career at this point as opposed to 7 years ago. We're going to end the show with his thoughts. And I have to tell you, in my decade in this business, these are some of the most emotional, most honest words I've ever heard from anyone in pro wrestling. So you're going to want to stay glued to your seat to listen to what he has to say. But hey, next week, before I let you go, I'm going to tell you that we're going to get you ready for the heavyweight title match on June 7th by taking a special in-depth look at each one of the 4 men involved in that match. getting you ready, giving you a sense of what got them here, what their motivations are, more importantly, why each of the four men has a chance to win and become the next ECWA heavyweight champion. So you're going to want to come back to see that. In the meantime, ECWAProWrestling.com, PridesProductions.com. Find both of us on Facebook. And as always, for all of us at ECWA and POD, I'm John Germain Esquire. Folks, sit down, listen to the words of a man who's lived many lifetimes in this business, tell you exactly what it means to accomplish a goal, a dream he thought he'd never have another chance to get in M-Dog 20 Matt Cross. And I'll see you next week.
For 13 years and over 18 countries, M-Dog 20 Matt Cross has tried to make his name. You see, when I started in this crazy business back in 2001, I was trying to follow in the footsteps of guys like Chris Jericho, guys like Eddie Guerrero, who traveled the world and made their name and honed their craft, and they did it out of love and passion and not necessity. It's all that they knew how to do. Now you see, I wanted that same thing. So I went to Japan, and I went to Canada, and I went to Mexico, and Ireland, and Northern Ireland, and England, and Qatar, and far-off places that most of us will never see or have never heard of. I was on Hulk Hogan's Hulkamania tour of Australia. And no fault of your own, most of you don't know that. I wrestled Mitsuharu Misawa in Japan, and there is a reason. There is a reason that I was on the Ultimate Warrior's return show in Barcelona, Spain, in front of 16,000 people, and there is a reason I wrestled in front of 72,000 people in Paris, France. I was trying to make my name, but just because it was overseas, you see, people, they didn't see it. So the ECWA Super 8, 7 years ago, I wanted to make my name there. I wanted to make my name in my own country. I've been given the ball many times before, but not where I rest my head. Not in the United States of America. Not where I think that I need to. See, today meant a lot to me. Today meant a very lot to me because I finally, after scratching and clawing and trying, got the chance that I have been after. I thought I got a chance on a little reality show, yeah? A little reality show called Tough Enough. You want to talk reality? Let's talk about 8 guys killing themselves in that squared circle. Let's talk about 8 guys leaving it all in the ring. Let's talk about the 10, 20, 40 minutes that I spent out there getting the crap beat out of me because this is what I love. So Stone Cold Steve Austin, you wanted to tell me I didn't have what it takes? Well, I showed the people in Delaware, and because it's a Super 8, I showed the world. You, my friend, all the respect in the world, but you were wrong.